Hello and welcome, friends and fellow digital hoarders. I tried not to scream this time. This is the part where I say a bunch of cool stuff about when we're live. We're live Friday nights at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And then find us on Twitter. Hello, my name is Alden, and I'm a digital hoarder.
Hello, my name is Brandon. I'm a digital hoarder.
Hello, my name is Dan, and I'm a digital hoarder.
Hello, my name is Brian, and I'm a digital hoarder.
God,
I thought,
Kind of.
my name is Brian.
Oh, you went to Chole.
yeah, where's Chole?
You know what? I could be Choli all you guys want. I don't have the blue hair anymore, though. So
That's true.
Take two.
Brian, I started playing Life is Strange.
I
Before
For the storm.
still have never played Life is Strange, so.
Oh,
All right.
okay. All right, good. For some reason, I thought you had played it and liked it, and I feel a lot better now because we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah. My best friend is obsessed with that game. I just have not played it yet. I have it. I just haven't played it.
Because you're a digital hoarder.
Yeah. Because I'm a digital hoarder. I'm more of like a physical hoarder because I prefer to get games physically, but you know, same thing.
Yeah,
It's digital content on a physical disc.
Exactly. Look behind Alden. I'm very much with you. That's
Exactly.
Yeah, but also he has the same amount on his digital accounts.
This is true.
Oh, dear Lord.
Dan can attest to that. He is now part of that family.
Okay, that's a little ridiculous.
Dan got in on that?
Dan's in on
I
that.
got it on.
Damn, Dan.
Gosh, it's sexy.
Damn, Daniel.
No. Let that back in
Wow.
2017, please.
See,
Yeah.
let me explain something to you guys. I'm so exhausted, and I got an energy
So you're going
drink.
to regurgitate 2-year-old memes because you're
Yeah.
exhausted?
They're cool still, right?
No.
Memes are cool?
That one was never good. That was always irritating.
Okay, well, Leroy Jenkins. I got a kickstart on my way here. I haven't had caffeine in many hours, and I'm very exhausted from work. The problem is this isn't going to start working for, I don't know, 15, 20 more minutes probably.
So this show's going to be boring as fuck.
Yeah, I'm going to need somebody to carry the weight.
Brian?
Hey, Brian?
Yes.
You're hosting.
Yeah, you're fresh meat. What have you been up to since the last time
Welcome to the Kingdom Hearts variety.
Oh, God.
Hey, all right.
Hey, Adventure's here. It started.
Hey! They made it.
The show
The
is being
prequel
thrown off the rails already.
We aren't playing around.
already. Nice.
We're going to
Yeah.
treat this like a conference call where everybody's going to
He's
beep in
exactly
randomly.
right. He will
Now
come
we got
in and
energy.
go out all the time.
Well, let's introduce Evan to Brian.
Hi,
Yeah,
Brian.
How's it going?
I'm
Jumps in, you have to
very
say hi.
good.
I am
My
Blake, and I'm a
my
digital hoarder.
allergies are
True.
kicking my ass today, but
And
I'm
that their
I'm
allergies are.
Yeah.
That should be our new sign on. Hello, my name is Brandon. My allergies are kicking my ass. And I've wasted 2 years of my life.
To be
We brought it back.
Here's my
Brought it
life.
back.
Fuck fire
True.
escapes
True.
and fuck my allergies.
Yes.
Nice.
So, Brian, we'll just do a quick. Brian, tell everybody who you are in case they didn't catch you
Yes,
the last time you were
please.
on here.
Yeah. So my name is Brian. I'm known as the one-armed wonder because I have one arm.
What?
You know. I mean, it's an arm. It's like partial arm. Whatever. I work for Adult Swim Games here in Atlanta, Georgia. I am on the production team. I've worked on titles such as Battle Chef Brigade, Rise and Shine, Pocket Mortys, Rick and Morty VR, or virtual reality, whatever you want to call it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've done a lot. I'm also I work with a bunch of different charities involving accessibility for gaming or just accessibility in general. One of them is Able Gamers. The other one is called the Lucky Finn Project. Other than that, I'm a huge nerd. I mean, I love Kingdom Hearts, if that wasn't obvious by the shrine behind me.
I saw the camp you were going to. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was back in July. It was a camp for, limb different children, and I was just there to I was in charge of 10 to 12-year-olds. It was great, except for the fact that I bruised a rib, broke 2 toes.
Stop beating up 12-years.
Yeah, how many
That's
12-year-olds did you fight?
He was putting 10-year-olds into the lake.
They were brutal children. They were brutal.
As a father, let me tell you, most 12-year-olds are.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was worth it.
You know, Evan, you were 12. You were 12 like 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. It feels like it. It absolutely, it definitely feels like it.
Brian, what have you
That
been
age
up
keeps coming back.
to professionally? Because you had something come out.
Battle Chef Brigade for PlayStation 4. Yeah, I was in charge of that, or I was one of the people in charge of that title. It recently, or not recently, it came out on Switch back in November, so it's almost been a year. And we've been working extremely hard to port it onto PlayStation 4, and it finally came out on the 28th. So it's almost been a month now. And yeah, PS4
awesome.
port came out with multiplayer, the one thing everybody's been wanting. So we've got local multiplayer, and we've got a brand new character. So that's been great. Also, I've been in charge of Rise and Shine. That game already came out on PlayStation 4 and everything.
Okay.
But
That game's fun.
I love that
we
game.
recently just announced 2 days ago that it's coming out on the Switch
Nice.
in a week. It'll be out on the 27th.
That was a quick turnaround. Nice.
Yeah, pre-orders are live on
awesome.
Switch as of yesterday, so I'm super excited for everybody to play that as well. And then I'm also working on a bunch of projects that I can't talk about right now, but they're super awesome, and I'm super excited. And when I can talk about them, I will be gushing about them daily.
Right here on Digital
Yeah,
Horrors.
Brian, I need you to give us the scoop. I know you can't do it on the show, so let's turn this show off real quick. All right, we're off. Go ahead and talk about it.
Totally. So we have this game coming out called Fuck You.
I'm kind of depressed that that's not a game now,
Yeah.
because I would totally play Fuck You.
I
Bestseller.
see that.
Yeah.
I see that having a hard time getting on the shelves in Walmart.
I don't see.
Right.
I want to buy that. That is a game I'll buy on Nintendo Switch just to have a
E
Fuck
for
You.
everyone.
Here's my question. I've been thinking a lot about this lately. Is it time for me to buy a Nintendo Switch?
Absolutely. Wait, what are you playing Mega Man 11 on?
PS4.
Ooh.
Trophies.
Oh, well, you're
Ryan.
wrong.
Ryan, you know how much I love trophies and platinum trophies, right?
Okay, but the Switch version comes with an amiibo. Don't you want a nice new Mega Man figure with your game?
You can still buy the amiibo and just play it on PS4 still.
Also, you still technically
Ways
like they
around
have in-game achievements for it. Just
They're
you
not
don't get
trophies.
I mean,
You
you're
don't
not wrong.
understand.
You're not wrong.
Not-
I just when
Look,
it
I only
when
have 3 platinums. Okay, I only
I
have
know.
3 platinums.
Really?
All right. Well, I want to know what 3 games those are in. But first, the Nintendo Switch, when you get an achievement, does it do?
No.
No, it does not.
Literally doesn't. There's no indication that, which is weird because I feel like there should be like the Mario icons or something. Like I got a flower and I got a star.
that'd be so great.
That'd be badass. Come on,
We're
it's
like,
like-
hey, it's a me.
yeah, that'd be
I would do
great.
That's
I've
the
been
sound it makes.
playing the Mega Man Mega Man X Legacy Collection on my Switch, and every time I do something like that's worthy of an achievement, it'll show like the pop-up. It won't make noise, but it'll show a pop-up, and it makes me just want to play the game more because it's like, man, there are achievements in the game.
Yeah, see, that's why we
I
like
need,
trophies.
I need the noise. The noise is like crack to me.
That's fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. I prefer PlayStation over Switch like any day. Just I like the portability of the Switch and being able to play a game like Mega Man on the go is
Right.
preferred.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like Mega Man would be fantastic on the Switch, just to carry it around and play it whenever, you
Yeah.
know. And I still haven't gotten back to Breath of the Wild because I don't want to play it on Wii U. But I think if I carry it around and play it, it'll be a lot more fun. But there's just so many indie games, and Vita is dead in
It's
6
dead.
months.
Yeah, officially, unfortunately.
So for me to continue playing new portable games, I'm gonna have to get a Switch.
Absolutely.
That's
So
why
I
just
guess-
stick with my-
Whoa.
Evan, your mic.
We heard. That's what I.
Yeah, that's what I. Hello, my name is Evan. I'm an Android sent by Cyberlight.
That's my internet is true. My internet's just the worst. That's why I just have a PS4. I wish I could do more mobile games. Even on my phone, I barely have any mobile games or like portable devices. But I did have a DS for a while, and I hear the Switch has a lot of cool games that are going to be implemented into it, like in the future. And even now, it has a lot of cool titles. But I just stick with my PS4. Really, just everything
answer.
I just would want is on there.
Good answer. I like that answer.
I need a Vita 2. I
The sequel to the
need
Vita.
a Vita 2.
Let me text him.
Vita 2 isn't like the number 2 or like as well.
Oh, he's definitely
No.
owns a Vita.
I own actually
Well,
own Vitas.
Okay. Because I own a Vita too, and like I love it,
Oh, he has the Vita.
You have the Vita too?
Yeah,
I have the Vita too. I have the Vita too. Prototype.
Shit.
You know.
That's the unnamed project he was working on. He just slipped
That's
up.
why Battleship.
I
isn't
know.
on the-
I know Shuhei Yoshida personally. He emails all the prototypes, or not.
Nice.
Emails, he mails all the prototypes to me.
He emails. They 3D print
He
them.
flies to your house, drops it off.
He personally hands them to me.
Such a
While
nice
Greg
guy.
Miller in the background rips off his shirt.
Yeah,
That's right. He wears the
Such a-
Spider-Man mask.
Yeah.
For it.
That's right.
I know Greg Miller personally too, but that doesn't mean much because Brandon does as well. So
That's still. We talked about this a couple weeks ago because our pie in the sky guest to get on the show is Greg Miller.
mhm.
And I said that next time you were on the show, we should ask. We were all talking about how great he is, and I said you guys should just ask Brian about meeting him because it was borderline adorable. You were like, literally, like I can't. He was like hanging back. He's like, I don't want to. I can't. And then we end up spending the next like 5-6 hours with him, and
It was
we
good.
couldn't have been cooler. So yeah,
No, funny story. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt you,
No,
but
please do.
PAX West was not too long ago. You were there, right, Brandon?
no, I didn't go to PAX West.
Okay, I didn't either. But our community manager for Adult Swim went, and he
I
met
didn't
up with. Well, good to know that too. But our community manager for Adult Swim went there, and he met up with Greg Miller. And Greg Miller was asking about me like the whole time.
That's
He's like,
awesome.
hey, how's Brian doing? Like just mentioning stuff from like the last time we talked. And
That's
I've talked to
awesome, dude.
Greg a couple times over email and stuff. So he's a really awesome dude.
Yeah,
I've listened to Greg Miller speak for probably 500 hours, so I feel like I know him too.
I mean,
You do.
you could consider yourself a kind of funny best friend. That's a thing. Yeah.
it is indeed a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Evan, what have you been up to professionally since the last time we
Since
talked?
last week.
Since the last 7 days. I just actually just finished working on a video for the game about the top 5 worst.
I thought it was going to
superpowers
be
that are in
a
the
game about the guy that swings around on webs,
Yeah.
but I can't tell you.
Yes, is that a game? Right. I
Top
forgot that
5
even came out
best
for a
suit
while.
powers: Web Blossom, Web Blossom, Web Blossom, Web Blossom, and Web Blossom.
It's
not what
so
we call it.
true.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, but there are some really bad ones in there that I feel like they could have replaced with something a bit better instead of just like, oh, you can be a bit stealthier. Like, we wouldn't really be that stealthy in a Spider-Man game, so it's like, what's the point about that? So there's like 2 superpowers in there that aren't that good, and a few others that aren't used to the best of their abilities. I've also been managing the Spidey Squad Twitter more and getting ready to hopefully get some merch out since there's a pin in the game about
Nice.
the Spidey Squad. We're trying to make that happen. I got to talk to Eric Monticelli from Marvel Games about that and see if we can make something happen.
That's awesome.
And then they've been also doing live streams at Insomniac Games playing Spider-Man PS4 finally, because like the game's been out and they said they were going to do live streams with special guests. So I don't know if I'll be invited at any point, but really exciting to see them finally play the game on Twitch. And I've just been trying to get people aware that, oh, the soundtrack's finally out. So I've been trying to tell that to people and try and retweet everything I see about the game's soundtrack is finally out.
I just
Awesome.
bought the soundtrack on vinyl yesterday. I can't wait for it to show up.
I just pre-ordered today because I was so busy. I'm like, I have no time to buy it. And like, finally did. And it looks
Did you get it
amazing.
off of Mondo?
I did.
Yeah,
It
same.
looks so cool.
Yeah,
The
I
art
can't
of
wait.
Mr. Negative inside, like, oh, it's gorgeous.
So
Yep.
let me ask you, Evan. Spider-Man has come out. 3.3 million people have bought it.
Yes.
Many people have finished it. We live in a modern age where things move quickly. In the near future, it's not going to be the hot news anymore. What's going to be your next squad? Like, you have to branch your IP
Right.
out to stay relevant in the modern era.
Digital Hoarder Squad.
The Order Squad. Yes.
Don't you see the 8 people watching right now? You're welcome.
Right. They're
welcome.
so hyped. I mean, the Spidey Squad's going to be not in comparison to the Digital Horror Squad. And
Damn straight.
I have no chance with you guys. Well, you know, we've been talking about that. Like, of course, like, obviously, it's not just about Spider-Man PS4. That's not what the Spidey Squad's about. It's about everything related to Spider-Man. So there's still the Venom movie. There's still Into the Spider-Verse, that animated movie coming out
Yes.
in December.
One of which looks
There's,
really good.
still the it does look really good.
Which one
there's
looks really
the,
good, Brian?
Uh,
Hold on, Evan.
I know.
Guy's a runaway train. Once he gets going, there's no
I know.
stopping Evan.
Brian, which,
It's really true. I mean,
what looks better to everybody? Venom
Okay.
or Into the Spider-Verse?
Tom Hardy's an idiot. I'm just gonna say it. He's a
Oh, that's
big
right. I
fat-
forgot how much you hate Tom
I
Hardy.
forgot about
I
that.
can't
He's-
stand that dude.
He's
Just in real
Dan's
life.
Jeremy. He's his version of my Jeremy Renner. God, he's the
Gosh.
fucking
I
worst.
mean, I sit there, I watch
Yeah.
the stupid previews for this movie, and I'm just like, what? This guy? Who? Why did they pick this dude? I mean, Topher Grace was bad. This might
Right.
like be worse
This is worse.
as far as like a pick for Venom. I mean, he's
Damn.
really never been good in anything.
I
No,
hope.
wait.
Trying to
Black Hawk Down. That was it. I didn't even know he was in it until
You're
like
gonna
a
make-
month ago.
You're gonna make the 8 people watching this leave. You're gonna
I'm
be-
sorry.
That's it.
That guy's an idiot.
Dan hates Tom Hardy. This is a
I hate him so much.
very much established point.
So, in short, your answer is Into the Spider-Verse looks better?
Yes. Yes, and
Damn.
it's a cartoon. Suck it, Tom Hardy. That's what I'm saying.
Brian,
Yeah,
you
it's that much-
do you think it looks better?
Oh,
Brian,
we
you're
lost him.
you're silent. What? You can't
It's great to
Lost his
watch.
voice.
you can't ask more questions if you're quiet. Like you're just gone.
We see you.
We
Sign
see you
language?
talking. Hold on, click on his little window so that the YouTube chat can see him as well.
Look, everybody. This is Brian.
This is Brian not talking. Well,
Hi,
talking.
Brian.
Oh, now he's muted. Nope, now he's not.
Oh,
No.
technical difficulties, guys. It's
Did
It's
you
okay.
unplug your mic and plug it back in?
No.
Oh,
there we
crap,
go.
there we go.
Oh,
Here we
yeah.
go.
Fuck it now. Let's not use it. Anyways.
Welcome back, Ryan.
Thank you.
Hey.
Anyways,
What
My
have you
bad.
done since professionally since the
This
last
is-
time you were on?
My name is Brian. I'm
Into the Spider-Verse looks so much better. First of all, I'm a huge fan of animated films. I'm a huge fan of Miles Morales Spider-Man. The style they're going with in this movie looks phenomenal. Like, it looks like a comic book. It almost has, like, sort of a stop-motion, like, feel to the movie. It looks amazing. Spider-Gwen's in there. Come on. Like, why wouldn't you love that?
It's
And
not even close, man. Not even
What?
close. It's not even close as far as those two things compared to each other. Not even close. Not even close.
But Venom just doesn't like. I love Venom as a character too. I love the Lethal Protector storyline. I'm a huge comic book nerd, and Spider-Man's like my thing. But it just does not look like a good movie to me. I'm assuming of all the like separation anxiety, like symbiotes, Riot's the only one in the movie from what it looks like.
yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't like Tom Hardy doesn't scream Eddie Brock to me. He doesn't scream.
He's a human being to me.
I was going to wait for Dan to say something.
This
They're
actor.
ripping apart.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm
I'm
gonna
with you, man.
anyways. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna see it. I just don't know.
Right.
It's gonna go great when our guest next week is Tom Hardy.
It'd be amazing. Tom Hardy was
Damn.
good in good sign. I can't think of the name of the movie. He did a movie with Jessica Chastain and Shia LaBeouf, believe it or not, and it was actually really good.
Oh,
What was it?
Lawless.
Lawless. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a really good movie, and I don't. Dan hates him. I get that. Like I said, he
I haven't
just
seen that
despises
movie.
it. I think
but-
he's not a bad
But he still
actor.
hates it.
It's just very weird that he takes roles where you can't hear him talk, like Venom and
That's the
Bane,
best.
Right.
and it's like he must. I don't know.
That's his wheelhouse, man. That's where he shines.
Apparently,
Yeah.
but
That's a strength.
Yeah.
Evan, which one are you most excited about without changing the subject to another topic and Brandon not getting to answer?
It's true.
my answer.
Nobody's
gonna like my answer.
I find the designs of the characters in Into the Spider-Verse a bit off-putting. Like Green Goblin, I don't like the whole dragon thing they're doing with him. Like he has like a whole like purple cap and then wings, and then instead of breathing fire, he like throws bombs. So like they're mixing everything together, which I get, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. Tom Hardy again, I get it. Like some of his performances are a bit like excessive, like a bit too much at some points. But I don't know. Like I always thought that a Venom movie done right could be kind of cool. And Venom himself looks awesome. I just need to see if the performance is good. But the visuals that they have so far look great. So, and my dad's a huge Venom fan too. So we're gonna see it together in IMAX when it comes out. But I just hope it's good. But so far, that's what I'm excited for right now. Until the DLC for Spider-Man PS4 comes out. Obviously, I need it.
Okay, Brandon, which one are you most excited for? He tried to turn the tides to the DLC, but
honestly, if somebody was like, "Hey, we got 2 movies. Which one do you want to watch?" I would choose Venom because I just like popcorn flicks. I don't give a shit. I'm not as deep into the Spider-Man lore as you guys are, so it's not really going to bother me. I also don't I also don't have a hatred for Tom Hardy, so it won't bother me there. Now, if Jeremy Renner was playing it, I'm with you on that. Because that dude can suck a dick. God, he's the worst.
God.
He's the worst. I just saw the movie Tag, which was hilarious. But every time Jeremy Renner was on screen, I was like, I fucking hate this guy. So if I had to choose between, like, they're like, you got to watch one of these, I actually would pick Venom. And I think Into the Spider-Verse looks great. It's not a knock on that at all. I just think a violent action movie over an animated movie is what I'm going to pick every single time. I have that fucked up, sense of entertainment as well.
Yeah.
I'm bummed that it's not rated R. I get why it isn't. It's not going to, as PG-13, you're going to sell a shit ton more tickets than you would as R. That's why they do these things. But the inevitable unrated director's cut will have all that stuff. So I'll enjoy it.
I am not a big Venom fan. I never really have been. As a kid, seeing that Venom character was really cool to me, just like visually, art style wise. But the stories themselves, I never really got crazy into, because I just felt like it was like it had that real 90s feel of there's nothing real deep going on here. It's just, look at me, I'm scary. The black suit stuff was amazing, and so the Venom stuff came out of that. You needed the symbiote to create the black suit, which created some really great storylines, which lended to the Black Cat comics, which were some of my favorite Spider-Man comics ever. So I'm looking. Miles Morales is my favorite Spider-Man. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. As much as I love Peter Parker and grew up on him, Miles Morales is like so cool to me, and it's a perfect restart to the Spider-Man character, and not even restart because he does things so differently. So I'm so looking. I got goosebumps when I watched the Into the Spider-Verse trailer. So watching the trailer, I already had goosebumps, and then like it cuts to the title, and I'm like, all right, that was a great trailer. And then from the cut, it cuts to like it fades into the forest thing, and Spider-Gwen is there. I lost my shit because I love Spider-Gwen too. So I'm really excited for this movie.
It's pretty crazy that their first ever animated Spider-Man movie is having Miles as the main character with other Spider-Man, but mainly the main primary character of that is Miles. For the first ever animated Spider-Man movie, which I think is pretty awesome.
My fiance Tanya has said in the chat, she says that one time she got me the Venom Pop figure for me for Christmas, and I visibly had disdain for it. See, every Christmas for the 5 years we've been together, literally every Christmas we've done a thing where we all get, us and the kids all get each other one Pop figure, and that's the only time throughout the year that we get Pop figures really anymore. So we try to make it something special. She wanted to get me, I think, Spider-Gwen or Gwenpool. I already had two Spider-Men, and so she just grabbed Venom because it was the next closest thing, and I had to do like the weird Christmas thing.
Apparently, didn't sell it.
I didn't because I'm a bad liar.
Yeah.
I went, oh, thanks. And
she's still in the chat, right?
I love that.
She is still in the chat.
Yeah.
She went, you don't like it, you hate it, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no. Like the thought is so amazing. The thought is great. It was a great thought. I hate Venom, but the thought was amazing.
So, all right.
I'm a dick.
We know.
That's kind of funny.
Old news.
Anyway.
I'm going to get Dan a Tom Hardy Pop.
Do it.
There's got to be Tom Hardy Pop.
I'll chuck it out the fucking window.
There has to be Tom Hardy
So you probably get like
I'd have a Bane Pop.
Maybe like a Mad Max.
I was just
there was a Mad Max. There are Mad Max Pops.
No, he's a piece of shit.
Mad Max is such a good fucking movie.
I mean, I can't stand what's his face, Mel Gibson, but he's far superior in Mad Max. Far superior.
So
the guy is such an idiot. That wasn't even his movie.
This is gonna be the fuck Jeremy
Tom Hardy
Renner and
episode.
Tom Hardy pod.
Yeah, they can both.
This
suck
is.
a
Are we
dick. I don't
renaming
know.
it from Spider Orgy to Fuck Tom Hardy? And
Yeah, pretty much. We're gonna
Nice.
Dan and I are gonna start a new podcast. It's just like
Yeah.
That's-
The-
curmudgeon
everything we
pod,
hate.
where we just bitch
Yeah,
about
just-
curmudgeon cast.
Everything we hate.
Curmudgeon.
Everybody who knows me knows that when I'm in love with something, like some form of media or really anything, I just can't stop talking about that thing. Like, I have to talk about Nier Automata every 3 minutes or I
Yeah.
explode. I have to talk about Spider-Man. I have to talk about all these things that I just love so much. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Dan.
Dan.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say, I never really hear you talk about your
Sorry.
fiance Tanya.
Ooh, ouch.
Damn.
God damn, man!
Damn.
You should like you really stop talking right now.
My point was
Oh.
going
Is that
to be
Kickstarter kicking in?
my my point was going to be I really feel like Dan, like the yin to
He's
my
your
yang.
Venom.
He just finds something he hates,
That's right.
and he has to bring up that thing he hates. At
I
least
hate
It's like I hate
He's
all
We
this.
started.
He's your symbiote. He's the
yeah, you're my Venom.
I just got called by my proper name. I'm in trouble.
Daniel.
All right. So this is the part of the show half an hour ago where we talk about what we've been playing lately. Has anybody been playing anything other than Spider-Man? Brian, what have you been playing?
I
if
don't know any
anything?
other game.
You guys want the full list of everything I've played since last time I've been
Holy
on?
crap! Do you really have that?
He writes them down every night.
That is nice.
Brian, I want that.
I just have
Yeah,
a
we do.
really good memory. So last time I was on, I was playing God of War. Did the poll to see what game I should play next, and it was Fractured But Whole, and
Yes.
then Tomb Raider,
Oh, South Park. That's awesome.
and
No,
then
it's just saying he has a
Tomb
fractured bone.
Raider. So I beat all three of those games, like
Good call.
completely.
You beat both. Did you? I'm sorry. Did you beat both South Park games? Stick of Truth and.
I played Stick of Truth way back.
Oh, okay. Which one did you like more? They're so good.
It's tough because I think I love the superhero personas in South Park way more than I like their fantasy personas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the arc with Cthulhu in South Park is like my favorite arc in that series and one of my favorite cartoon arcs ever because it's just hilarious. But I think they did things better. They did a lot of things better in the first game than they did the second game.
Okay.
They're both really good.
Yeah.
They're both really good.
For some reason, I've never gone back to play all the DLC. That's just sitting there looking at me.
Me either.
And I don't know why.
Yeah,
because-
I really want to play the Casa Bonita
Yep.
DLC. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I haven't gone through it yet either.
All right, so what else have you
Yeah,
played?
I went through those three. Oh shit, I forgot already. I went through something on
So much of a good memory.
Yeah, what happened?
I went through Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Wait, what?
Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Oh,
Nice.
I went through, just for fun, I beat Mega Man X1 and 2 on the Legacy Collection. I'm going to save this one for last, but I know you guys know that I've gone through it. What else did I play? A lot of different Switch games and a lot of different PS4 games, but I'll just...
you added that part to make Brandon feel better.
Nier Automata.
Finished here? Nice.
Nier Automata. That's one of my 3 platinums, by the way, if you're asking.
Nice.
Nice.
That game is so good. I am really mad at myself for not playing it when it first came out last year.
I was mad at you too, remember?
Yeah, you were. My brother and one of my really good friends, they were both like, Brian, this game is literally made for you. It is an action game. You love those. I'm a huge fan of Devil May Cry and stuff. It's an action game. It's made by Square Enix. It has this crazy off the wall story. It's super emotional, whatever. This game is for you. And I was like, yeah, I'll get to it eventually. I forgot. Oh, Horizon came out around the same time, so I was playing that instead.
Mhm.
And I don't regret it. Horizon's a phenomenal game too.
Yeah.
But I just never got around to it. And then I started this game club at work where every month we play a different game. One of the games was Chrono Trigger, by the way. I did go through Chrono Trigger.
Had you never played it before, or have you
I'd
played it
never
before?
beaten it, but I had played it.
Oh,
Just finally beat it last month. Really good. This month was Spider-Man, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, so Nier. It was the first game in our club thing, and my brother bought it for me for my birthday. And he's like, you need to play this game now. And I started it and literally did not put it down. Like I put like 80 hours into that game. I kept coming home from.
Well, I mean, 80 hours straight. Like I just didn't sleep.
Yeah, no, like literally,
I sat on the toilet and played.
In the morning,
I'm
and
like, too.
Fantastic.
playing Nier like over and over. Like I got all the endings. I did everything. My roommate's actually playing it right now in the living room. So like I hear the music through the walls.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, that game has 5 important endings, A through E. So it letterizes them. What do you call that? I don't know. A through E are very important to the story, and like you don't get the full experience unless you play all 5 endings. Yeah. But they have endings through Z, so there's 26 endings, and a lot of them are silly little like you ate a bad fish and now you're dead endings. But Brian had tweeted about it, like just finish ending A or something, and I replied like, man, I'm so excited for you to finish the rest. And like 3 or 4 days later, he said, I finished it. And I said, you finished up to ending E? And he goes, no, I got all 26 endings.
That's insane. So many.
I was so obsessed with that game. You don't even know. Like I have a 2B figure now. I have the soundtrack to the game. Like I bought like a bunch of Nier merch. It's unfortunately all packed up at the moment, but I got really obsessed with that game.
I want a 2B figure so bad.
They just released some new ones.
Yeah, and they're really cool, but there's a really fine line between those figures. Like you're gonna give off a vibe where you're like, I really appreciate this game and the art that surrounds it. Or if you look kind of creepy like me, you might give off a vibe where it's like, I really like 2B.
Oh my god.
Could be both.
So I'm afraid of giving off that vibe.
That is fair.
Yeah. That's fair.
All right, what else have you been playing?
Dead Cells.
Oh, talk about that.
I am terrible at that game. I have never really played a roguelike before. So, like, it took a while for me to warm up to the whole, like, you die and you have to start over from scratch, basically. So I put maybe, like, I haven't beaten the game yet, but I put maybe, like, 6 or 7 hours into that game, just slowly but surely, like, getting a little further into it. But I suck. I'm really bad. Like, those games are not for me. Like, I enjoy them. They just don't enjoy me. I'm not the type of person that should be playing those games because I will die on like the first enemy because I'm an idiot. Yeah, and other than that, Spider-Man, of course. That is another one of my platinum.
Oh, okay. We platinumed it within like minutes of each other, apparently.
Yeah, we did. You tweeted it like the second I got the platinum.
Nice.
So it was really funny.
What was your final trophy to get? 100% in the districts, or?
No, my final trophy to get was the Hug It Out one, where you had to get the people to stick together with the.
Okay.
It was a hidden trophy, so I didn't know what it was.
Gotcha. I used that trip mine so much. I got that one pretty quick because I just loved doing that.
Yeah, me too. I love that thing so much. I got it before I even knew that it was a trophy.
Same. One of the first trophies I got in that game that wasn't a common was the friendly neighborhood, the one where you're just like interacting with people. Because as soon as I saw I could do that, I was just walking down the street like high-fiving everybody.
That was one of my last trophies.
Yeah, it was so fun. Because they'll do like the finger guns at people when you're walking down the street. I'm like, this is great.
Spider-Man 3 stuff.
So great. Yep.
Who would like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man?
That one guy does.
He's normal.
This guy, right?
Brian, who's your favorite on-screen Spider-Man?
Okay, so this is kind of a hard question to answer because I appreciate all three like franchises for what they are. I know I said earlier that the Amazing Spider-Man movies suck. I don't actually think they suck. I think the second one's way more enjoyable than the first one, but it's objectively a worse movie than the first.
Yeah, I thought you said the other way around, but okay.
No, I think the first one is incredibly boring. I think they do a lot of things better than the first one. The second one is a lot more fun, but it's one of those like turn your brain off movies. Anyway, to answer your question, I think Andrew Garfield plays the perfect Spider-Man, like in costume.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of costume, I don't even know who the fuck he is. That's not. I don't get it. Tobey Maguire plays a good Peter Parker in the beginning. In the very first movie, like before he gets bit by the spider, he's the awkward, like, I don't know what I'm doing type guy. And then like after he gets bit by the spider, he's not the best at either, but he's like okay as Spider-Man, except for the like, dude, your husband make it for you joke that nobody seems to like. Everything outside of the costume, he's just a normal dude. Tom Holland, I think, is like the best of both worlds. He pulls the best aspect from Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. But yeah, it's hard to answer that question because I think Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 2 has the best costume in like all Spider-Man by far. That costume is amazing. But I also love the Stark suit. It looks great.
Yeah.
And Tom Holland's just an innocent young boy, and he deserves all the love there as well.
One of the things we said last week is if they made a movie based off of Marvel's PS4 Spider-Man game, I think that Peter Parker is Andrew Garfield. Like if he would have been that in a movie, it would have been better because he was really hard to buy as a 16-year-old kid. But if they made like the been Spider-Man for 8 years and that's Andrew Garfield playing that role, I think he'd have killed it because I think he would have been better,
right?
A lot more believable as the nerdy scientist as opposed to the 16-year-old student.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. That's why Tom Holland works so well because I don't know how old he really is. He's
21.
Okay, yeah, but he looks 14, so it works very well. So, because I my favorite one is Andrew Garfield. I think his performance is underrated, but and then Evan's favorite is Tobey Maguire, which Alden will make this face.
That's right.
That one right there. And then these two like Tom Holland. So.
Shadow of disappointment all around.
I think. Love you, Evan.
You're the only guest we've ever had on back-to-back weeks.
That's true.
Right. That came back.
Except for Todd. When's the last time he was on back-to-back weeks?
First 2 episodes.
It's funny that some people actually are trying to, there's like some fan theories out there that they think that Spider-Man PS4 is the Amazing Spider-Man 3. They think that they're trying to make that claim, like, oh, this is what the Amazing Spider-Man 3 would be if the story kept going. Like, are you kidding me? No, it's so much better. They're like trying to like have the Andrew Garfield series live on. Like, oh, this is what the Amazing Spider-Man 3 would be if it kept going. Like, I don't know about that, but
minus Jamie Foxx.
Right. Minus Jamie Foxx. That's right.
Game. I know we're going to talk about it in like detail a little bit, but that is probably the best Spider-Man story like that I have experienced in a very long time. I think that is like not counting the movies, the best Peter Parker Spider-Man ever.
Yeah, he's
yeah, and we'll be going into that in
the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
We'll be going into that in detail in about 30 minutes on the Web Warriors,
Spider,
Spider-Geddon Orgy, Web Warrior,
Spider Sports.
Can anybody say Spider Spoiler 3 times fast?
Nope.
Spider Spoiler, no, I can.
Already.
Spider Spoiler. Nope. I got 1.5.
Yeah, we got the same.
All right.
So, quick update on little things we usually do on the show. I don't watch Black Panther. So this is the second week in a row. So we didn't do the poll. Dan, did you do your poll?
My Owl Boy poet? No.
Yeah.
Say any words 3 times fast.
No.
No.
Spider-Man, man. And then I played.
We had Spider-Man, man, beaten last time we played.
Yeah, but then I played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and it's just.
Okay, how is that game? I haven't picked up my copy yet.
It's very, very good. It's the if you played the other two.
Yeah. I hear this one's the best.
Is the best one?
Oh, by far.
Okay.
By far. I just
I like
played
the first one more than Rise of the Tomb Raider, but I haven't seen that much footage of this
all
one.
the good things out of both of those and then expands upon them. I just played a mission last night, no spoilers. It was probably the best like stealth action mission I've ever played in any game for a long
awesome.
time. It was so good. I mean, you sat there and you're just like, holy shit, this girl is a badass. And then
happening.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I think the first
cool.
game has like a really good story, and I think the second game perfected the gameplay. But like the second game story is so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was so fun.
It was
to
a
play.
bit lackluster.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing that it's so surprising me that I haven't played these games. I talked about it before. As much as I love Uncharted, I think it's because like I started the first one back on the PS3 and then again on the PS4, and I don't remember how many hours I put into it, but at some point when I'm playing a game of that scale, I want that story to grab me, and at no point did I give two fucks about anything that was going on the screen. And from what I've heard, like, I don't know about the new one, but the first two, like, guys will pop back up, and you're like, I think I remember that guy, and like, it's supposed to be like, oh my god, it's fucking Jim, and nobody knows who Jim is, and it's just, I don't know. For games like that, I love for the story to keep me in, and I know I'll like those games. I just have to go into it, I guess, not really giving a shit about the story, because I've heard multiple times that the story and those are both just forgettable. Like, that's just paper cookie cutter, like, this happens, but the gameplay's fun.
Yeah, I adore those games. Uncharted's better characters, better story. Tomb Raider's probably better gameplay. It's more fun to play. Like, it just feels so good. Other than the climbing stuff, Uncharted has climbing down where you feel like, I just climbed a mountain. And you're like, oh, I'm still sitting on the couch. But Tomb Raider is so fun to play, and to the combat in it and the action scenes, even the quick time events feel like heart pounding. So I don't disagree with that at all. There was no point in either the first or second game that I thought I really feel for these characters, other than Laura. I like Lara Croft. New Lara Croft is my favorite Lara Croft. Goodness,
whatever the hell her name is.
And
Lara Croft.
But all of the other characters, her friends,
precisely,
the people
you're
who
saying
die,
her friend, but if
the villains,
none
of them matter at all to me.
But you could name the secondary characters in every Uncharted and the villains
Sully
and everything.
To be my stepdad.
There is then that. That's the thing that doesn't exist in these, and that
right.
Yeah.
So is the story that much better in the third one?
Yeah, it is. It's
okay.
The thing is, well, here's the thing about those games. You can get really easily sidetracked. Like when you play Spider-Man, it's you've got all the collectibles, you've got all this other stuff, the side mission stuff. Those are a lot more organic as far as, in the game, where you can play, where it's like, hey, I'm going to go over here, but I'm going to go save this dude from getting crushed by a bus. But like with this one, and actually all the Tomb Raider games, like the side mission stuff, the tombs are cool, but like everything else is just kind of thrown in there for whatever reason. Like they have some side missions, and it's just like, well, I don't know why I just did that. And the collectibles are stupid. Like there's too many of them.
Do you raid a lot of tombs in this game? Is it actually a raiding of tombs?
Yeah, I don't know how far I am. I would say probably halfway, and I've seen several of them. I've only done like 3, but that was because they were locked off based on you don't have that item.
Equipment.
Yeah, right. Now you can go, but there's fast travel, so you can go back and do those things. But it's kind of jarring a little bit. The story is what's kind of keeping me pushed through. Now, the part I'm at now, where I played that mission, I can't really see it getting better than that. I don't know how much is left, so I'm going to be like, damn it, they should have saved that for later. Yeah. But it was, it's fun. It's a really fun game. It's really, really well done. The graphics are amazing. It really, really comes out good. I mean, I liked the first one. I enjoyed Rise. This one is by far the best episode, I guess.
Nice. Good. I'm going to be right back, guys. Sorry, I'll just be back.
All right, let's talk about Evan.
I know. Talk about while I'm gone. Yeah. I can handle Brian. That's good.
Yeah. Right. Sorry, Brian. Brian, go. Brian, you're quieter than everyone. So,
Dan, do you feel like you want to do the side missions in Shadow?
Not as much as I did in Spider-Man. I think
compared to the last 2 games, because I skipped almost all the side missions in the last 2 games because I was just so invested in what I was doing, and the side missions just did not seem fun or relevant. I didn't even want to do any of the tombs in the second one. I did one of them, and I was like, this was fun, but I didn't feel like the urge to go and do them.
Right. I'm getting to that point now too, where it's like, yeah, I can go back and do this, but those tombs are all, they lock like different skills or different upgrades to weapons and stuff like that. Not that you necessarily need those upgrades, but some of them are. The puzzles are really, really well done. I will say that they're way better than the ones in the second one, and they're a little more challenging, and they're cool. They're actually really cool to watch. There's this one with like a you're in a room and the sun's coming down. You've got all these reflecting mirrors and stuff, and you've got to move them and and get them right. They're actually thought out. So the other ones was just like, yeah, you go here, you go here. Oh, now you got this piece of equipment, you can go do this now. So this one's just, I mean, I haven't, like, the story, I have to see where it goes to give like a final verdict, but it's much better than the other ones so far. So.
Yeah, that was a really odd choice to me in the second one. The second one, the tombs were actually one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. They all had really different puzzles you had to figure out and solve and play through, but you didn't have to do a single tomb, I don't think. Maybe there was one you had to do. Yeah,
that first one that you come to, I think it was, it's been a while, so it was like a boat that was hanging from the side of an ice cliff or something. I don't even think you had to do that one necessarily, but they're not necessary for sure. And in this game either, they're not really 100% necessary. It's more
but they were legitimately my favorite part, and obviously so much care was put into those. Like that cool scenery where the boat is coming out, like it's just such a cool spot. And probably at least, I don't know, it's optional. So maybe half of the people who played never even saw these tombs.
Yeah,
and that sucks.
Yeah,
force me to play tombs, damn it.
Apparently, the platinums of those are like impossible to get, from what I've heard. Because
not impossible.
Well, I'm not literally, I'm not by the word definition of the word, but because from what I've heard, what Dan was saying is the collectibles just get fucking stupid at one point.
It's ridiculous the amount of stuff you can collect, and it's the second one had those ones where you had to like find books and stuff where you read you could read a monolith or whatever, and this one takes that and like doubles it. So now you got to do it that much more. And I don't even know if I run by a collectible at this point, I pick it up. Short of that, I'm just kind of breezing through. But I will do the tombs.
I like how Uncharted did collectibles. It was like 40. That's all. Even though he's an archaeologist, he's like, I don't need these.
I think Tomb Raider is a really easy, or not an easy platinum, but it's not a hard platinum at all.
Just
if you follow a guide.
Okay.
But I don't want to follow a guide the first time I play a game, which means to get the platinum, you play it twice.
And I don't like playing games twice. It's very rare I'm going to do that. Unless it's got, that's another thing, and I don't know if Tomb Raider does this, and probably does, but like Uncharted has chapter select once you beat it, which I like, because then you can go get those missing, fucking watch that was somehow in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Tomb Raiders, though, is like an open world. So if I remember, at least in the first one, it doesn't tell you which collectibles you have and which ones you don't. So to find all of the trophies, the collectibles, you just have to go back to each spot. I did like 10 or 15% of them and went, no,
I'm not getting this platinum. Yep.
Yeah, it's more like a hub system like God of War, but there's several different hubs, I guess. So you can go, there's like different cities where you can go, okay, I'm going to this city, and then I can branch out into 3 or 4 different paths to whatever you want to do. So, but I mean, it's really well done. I mean, aside from, if you can just ignore the other garbage, you should be fine.
Cool. Brandon, what have you been playing real quick?
Madden.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not. Madden.
Yeah, I finished Spider-Man and it left a big empty hole in my heart. So I'm trying to find games to fill it. I played, because I can't play the same kind of game again because it just doesn't. I went back and I tried to play some old Saints Row 4. That was a bad move.
Why?
Because after playing Spider, because it was so fun at the time.
Oh, okay.
And
I just wanted something.
I need something that
dumb and fun.
Exactly. I don't want to think about anything. I just want to play something dumb.
Play a Dead Rising game.
I might. That's actually a good
idea. They were always my escape game. Just I'm gonna go fuck around in Dead Rising.
I started playing Cities Skylines, which is a city building game, super nerdy. But I always grew up and loved the SimCity games.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a modern take on it, and it's really great as far as that goes. I don't know how much more time I'll spend with it, but it was fun. And I started playing Battleship Brigade on PS4.
Never heard of it. I didn't even say anything, and that still came through.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been really fun. I'm not I'm earlier on in the story than I was on the PC, so I don't have anything to say about it yet. And I haven't played multiplayer yet because my fiance Tanya has been crocheting every night for her Etsy page.
Oh,
I love Tanya to death, but whenever you say it, it's like I just imagine her on a rocker, like
Yeah, I don't know how to say
Her
it
little
without.
glasses and
Yeah,
her nose.
exactly. Tweety.
I don't know how to say it without making her sound like your grandmother. So, but I'm having a lot of fun with it and cities. But I'm wanting that giant experience again so bad that I know I'm not going to get for so long. But
Red Dead's going to be your next big world like that, but that's not going to be a fast-paced, open-world fun game
right,
like Spider-Man was.
That's
It'll
not
just be a
gonna
big world.
do what I want.
That's why now I can say it because he's never on the show. I would like Crackdown 3 to be, because Crackdown always has that a possibility to be a big, fun, just dumb, have fun world. But maybe with Crackdown 3, if it ever comes out.
Hopefully.
On February 22nd. You know, be the great person to ask about Crackdown 3 is our fourth order. I don't know if you guys remember him. It's this guy named Doc Cupcake. Story goes, he used to be on this podcast.
I don't remember him.
2017, I think, was his last appearance. I'll tell you where he won't be on the spoiler cast that we're getting ready to do in like 15 minutes. So we're going to stop this one
Wrap
and
this
prepare.
one
Yes.
up. We won't do a
Wrap
poll this
it
week
up.
because we got a lot of other stuff to do, and nobody's done their poll
Yeah.
in a month.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's tough.
I did my poll last time I was here.
Well, thank you. Alden, go watch Green Room.
Wait,
Since we talked about that on Dad Pod.
Brian, do you want to do a poll? Do you have anything that you want to add on a poll?
Oh, I don't know.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, I have too many games to play. I'm probably like
Name 3 of them. Go.
Tomb Raider and Octopath Traveler. Like
That's 2.
Yes.
So I've had Octopath Traveler since the day it came out, and I haven't even opened it. So that's probably the next thing I should play.
Okay.
Last week, Dan said that Octopath was one of his favorite
was
games
Evan.
of the year, and Evan went,
Laughing.
"Ah!"
Except that was way too deep. He literally went. Like,
Yeah,
it sounded like he stepped on a puppy.
it was
Like,
so funny. All right,
it's great. Listen back to that episode because I'm just like,
Spider-Man is clearly the game of the year. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Spider-Man in 10 minutes on the spoiler cast with Brandon, myself, Evan. I'm pointing to him like you guys know, like I'm pointing to Evan.
When he says your name, make a noise so you pop up.
Evan.
Nope.
Dan.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yo.
And I think Alex at Press X to Alex from Twitter and his own show.
Undead.
Nick / formerly known, the artist formerly known as Undead. It was going to be PlayStation Brawl, but he bailed on us because he didn't finish the game over the course of a month.
Game off, bro.
Is that it?
Game off.
Anybody else? I'm going to feel like a huge dick if I forgot somebody.
Yes.
There is somebody missing.
There's somebody missing?
It's a bra.
No. Yeah, bros. I thought there was some. No, I guess not. Felt like somebody else was missing there.
Okay, I hope not because I'm going to feel real bad in 10 minutes.
No, we're good.
All right. Anything you'd like to add, Brian?
Buy Battle Chef Brigade.
Yeah.
Or buy Rise and Shine on whatever, but preferably Switch. It's the greatest game ever
I'm
made.
back.
That's it. Oh, Evan's back. We're locked.
Stop talking about him.
We're wrapping it up, Evan.
Evan, say
Life is
Evan,
Strange,
say
right?
I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Say that, Evan. Go.
See you guys in 10 minutes.
Yeah, nailed it.
Perfect.
10 hours later. No.
All right, everybody follow Brian
can do
and
that.
buy Battle Chef Brigade. And goodbye for now.
Best
We'll
game
see you,
ever. Fuck you,
Bye,
Brandon.
Brian.
we'll see you in 10 minutes.
I brought Kleenex with me.